Hello everyone. This is going to be another post-mortem for a game jam game that I did with this past UE4 jam. The theme was transformation this time around, and I had decided to make a 2D side-scrolling platformer. So, right off the bat, intro screen could have been a little bit nicer. Um, I kind of tried to go for a joke of it's meant to be a game within a game editor, and I feel like I should have put more effort in for getting that across. But yeah, I actually do like how I set up the little UI at the top. Like you've got this drop-down menu, you've got the options. Doot doot doot. Let's go ahead and start. Um, so I will say what I like about this one more than my last game jam was the art assets, mostly because as if you've looked at my other videos, you can tell that these were all used in a previous project. This was part of me just setting up something to have reusable, and it really paid off in the end, I think, because I was able to just grab these and throw them in. I do like how I had set this up with the text hidden until you zoom out. Oh, right, also how I use the theme transformation. You change the actual transformation of the objects. I will say I need to do a better way of doing this whole system. As it is right now, it's kind of clunky. It's just sort of click and drag. I feel like I should have committed more early on just to figuring out a better way to do that. What else? I think my biggest thing here was level design was lacking. I was kind of burnt out by the time I got around to actually having to set up actual levels, and it feels like I should have just paced myself a little bit better. I was at least smart enough to add in the little arrows because a few friends who had tested things early on had found that the levels were a little bit, or they would get a little bit lost. So that was some input that I was able to make use of at least. And yeah, rotation's the biggest one, I think. I feel like I should have maybe had to be clamped values. But yeah. So really, this one's not too much meat to it. Like, it's a nice, simple concept. I could have done a little bit more with it. But again, it's just sort of, end of the day, the level design is probably the weakest part of it all. Well, level design and UI, rather. But yeah. I'm sorry, I'm doing this right after actually doing the game jam, so I'm sort of still getting out of that mindset. But yeah, so I think next time it'll just be pace myself a little bit better. Try and focus on the minor stuff a lot more. And I think I definitely need to do a little bit more testing just to get more feedback early on, because while I did get some help from friends, the final product was one that like towards the end I just wasn't able to send it as often, so I wasn't getting much feedback on the more up-to-date versions. But yeah, I actually really like this concept. I think I might take the time just to flesh it out a little bit more and try to get something neat out of it. Just because like it's nice and simple, but there's a lot you can do. I don't have them right now because they're like the one example of using it in interesting ways is towards the end. So I'm gonna try and get to that quickly. But yeah, UI is like this interaction is definitely one that needs a lot of work on it. Just because right now it's kind of clunky. I feel like doing it like the engine editor probably wouldn't work out too well. So I need to come up with a way that's a little bit nicer to interface with it. And then there's a whole issue of like, do you make it so that it can be edited while the player is standing up top? Does it affect things in real time? Which I'm liking it because I like it that way because you can get those interesting puzzles where you sort of move the platform up and the player moves with them. At the same time, that does lead to a few problems like tossing the player, which you can get some pretty good height with that. Yeah. And then here's sort of a better example of the fun things you can do with it, because, oh look, we need to move back a dimension. So we just shove the player back. And yeah. So I'll go ahead back to that. So yeah. Next time, it's just going to be pace myself a little bit better, put some more priority on the more important details, and hopefully next time have a better game. Cheers!